Hey everyone, Knowledge with Reach Your Summit, here to give my first impressions on the Enlightened Equipment Torrid Apex jacket. So those of you who follow this channel or have seen me out on the trail know that I'm a big fan of down products and the Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer. I've been using the Ghost Whisperer for about 6 or 7 years now. The hooded version with 800 fill power, the collared version with 800 fill power. Most recently, last year, I purchased the Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer UL, which uses a very delicate 5 denier nylon fabric, 1000 fill power down, and weighs an incredible 6.1 ounces on my scale. So after using the Ghost Whisperer jacket for so long, why change things up? First and most importantly, I just wanted to try something new. I've been a big fan of Enlightened Equipment products over the years. I have the Enigma quilt and the Revelation quilt, and both have served me really well on the trail. So I've had some of their apparel on my list to purchase for a very long time now. The other thing is, even though most synthetics can be really bulky and heavier in weight, they don't lose as much of their loft when they're wet as down products do. Also, synthetic insulation has come a long way over the years. Now that we are heading into the winter season soon, I thought what better time than now to try out the Enlightened Equipment Torrid Apex jacket. So let's get into the specs and then I'll give you my first impressions of this jacket. So the Torrid Apex jacket comes in multiple flavors. You can choose your outer fabric and your inner fabric, as well as the color. There is a men's version and a women's version available, and along with the color palette that you can choose from, you have the choice of fabrics in a 7 denier nylon, a 10 denier, and a 20 denier. I chose a 10 denier for the outer and a 7 denier for the inner, just because I wanted to have a little bit of breathability with the 7 denier, allow any moisture that might build up in the jacket to dry quicker. But I went with the 10 denier on the outer part of the jacket just for a little bit of a boost in confidence and durability. The 10 denier will also give me a little bit more of a wind block when I'm out on the trail. And I'm looking at using this as part of my sleep system, but also around camp for snack breaks and possibly even hiking on the trail. So with the snazzy blue that I went with and the gray on the inner, this jacket weighs in on my scale at 7.6 ounces for the hooded version. And since I use a quilt, I chose the hood. It's a very important additional feature on a jacket that I look for. Included in that 7.6 ounces is 2 ounces of ClimaShield Apex synthetic insulation. This performs very similarly to a lot of down products. It's very lightweight, and unlike my Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer jacket that has a lot of sewn baffles, this jacket doesn't have any baffles at all, which provides a little bit of additional warmth and a little bit more of a wind block. Along with the multiple color options that you can select from and the fabric choices, you can go with a collared version if you don't want the hood. The total cost for this jacket was around $185. It's very reasonable compared to a lot of other options out there. Depending on your choice in colors, fabrics, and features, the price will range anywhere between $155 to $195. The nylon fabric does have a DWR treatment to the outside, which will help with light water resistance. This jacket is also designed to have a slightly roomy fit. So at 5'10", I went with the men's medium. I probably could have gone with a small just to have a little bit more of an athletic or snug fit, but I wanted to be able to layer underneath this jacket. Despite the boxy fit, I am still able to get an outer shell on without any trouble. The jacket has elastic cuffs to keep the sleeves nice and secure, but still allow for a good range of movement. There are 2 zippered hand pockets, one on each side. And inside of those pockets are little toggles with shock cord. And that shock cord is a continuous piece around the waistband, which allows for a more snug fit. The jacket also has toggles and shock cord outside of the jacket near the hood, so you can cinch the hood down and make it nice and snug and secure also. And lastly, there's a nice little zipper garage. So the zipper in the fabric isn't scratching your chin or your skin anywhere on your neck. Keeps it nice and protected and very comfortable. So what are my first impressions with this jacket? I've been really happy with it so far. Again, these are just first impressions. I have very limited use with this jacket, so this is not a review whatsoever. I will post another video on this channel in the future once I get a lot more nights and mileage in with this jacket. But overall, my first impressions are good. I'm really happy with the 7 denier choice of fabric for the inner. It's nice and smooth, it's very comfortable on the skin. If there's one drawback to the fabric choice that I made, it's that the inner fabric can kind of migrate out from the cuff just a little bit when my skin is damp or wet, but not a deal breaker for me. I'm really happy with my choice in having the 10 denier outer. Having that little bit of extra confidence when I'm hiking is something that I'm glad I can have, especially if I might need to bushwhack or any type of rocky scrambles that I might be on the trail. The elastic cuffs are nice. I have no problem getting my Apple Watch Series 6 out from the cuff so I can view it at any time and pulling the cuff back over. That was one of the reasons that I went with the watch, was just the small profile. If you find that you wear a watch with a larger profile, you might have a slightly different experience. With the cuffs, I also have no trouble getting a glove liner on or a thicker winter glove like what I might be wearing out on the trail this winter. Really like the toggles at the bottom, having the ability to cinch the bottom of the jacket down. That's something that I had with my 800 fill Ghost Whisperer jackets, but not something that I had with the Ghost Whisperer UL jacket. So you did get a little bit of a draft up through that jacket. So it's nice that I can mitigate that with this jacket. The hood is nice and comfortable. I also like that I can cinch that down. Since I'm using a quilt, having a hood is something that I find to be really beneficial. It allows me to not have to worry about carrying an additional hat or beanie around. But it's also nice when I'm out in really windy environments, just having that additional wind block and a little bit of extra warmth while I'm out on the trail. And though I use a pillow on all of my backpacking trips, I can still convert this jacket into a pillow if I chose to use it in that way. It doesn't have a reversible zippered pocket like the Ghost Whisperer jackets, but you can still pack this down into a pillow and it packs relatively small. So a trick with doing that, I like to just zip the jacket up, then I'll roll it up from the bottom, stuff it in the hood, and I can leave it just like that if I want a larger pillow. If I want it a little more secure, I can take these outer cinches and pack it down even more. So that's the Enlightened Equipment Torrid Apex hooded jacket. Though I can't recommend this yet, just because I don't have a lot of first-hand experience with it yet, I do see it possibly becoming a recommendation in the future, especially if you find that you're backpacking on trails that are in very humid and wet climates. So I hope you all found this video helpful. If you have any questions on this jacket or anything else in my other videos, feel free to leave a comment below, or you can contact me at reachyoursummit.net. And if you've used the Enlightened Equipment Torrid, I'd love to hear your experience with it. So please feel free to leave that in a comment below also, or share your experience with any other type of jacket that you've been using on the trail that you find works best for you. If you like this video, hit the like button, and if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, consider doing so because I'm always adding new content to it. I really enjoy putting these videos together to share things that I enjoy, but to also provide you with honest and authentic field-tested experience and feedback, and to help all of you out with your experiences on the trail. I want to thank you all for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Well, I'm gonna get some more hiking in, so I'll see you next time.